In the village of Umuaka, there was a mystery that nobody could explain.
Look at the sky.
Every month when the full moon appeared, something strange happened. A shining silver path would appear across the night sky. It looked like a road made of light. It stretched from one end of the horizon to the other, glowing brightly above the clouds. Everyone in the village could see it. Children pointed at it. Old men shook their heads whenever it appeared. Women hurried their children indoors. Nobody knew where the path came from. Nobody knew where it led, and nobody dared to follow it. The elders always warned the younger people, stay away from the moon path. Do not look at it for too long, and never try to follow it. Whenever children asked why, the elders would become silent. Some would simply walk away. Others would say, there are some secrets that are better left alone. This only made the mystery greater. Among all the people in Umuaka, there was one boy whose curiosity was stronger than his fear. His name was Obinna. Obinna was 14 years old. He lived with his mother in a small mud house near the edge of the village. His father had died many years earlier, leaving his mother to raise him alone. Life was not easy for them. Every morning, Obinna woke before sunrise. He took the village sheep to graze in the open fields beyond the forest. Sometimes he spent the whole day alone with only the sheep for company. During those long hours, he often thought about the silver path. Where did it go? Why did it only appear during the full moon? Why were the elders so afraid of it? The questions filled his mind day and night. One evening, while sitting beside a fire with his mother, Obinna finally asked, "Mother, have you ever seen the silver path?" His mother looked up immediately. The smile on her face disappeared. "Why are you asking about that?" "I am curious." His mother sighed. Curiosity can sometimes lead a person into danger. "But do you know anything about it?" His mother stared into the fire for a long moment. "When I was a little girl, I asked the same question. And what happened? My father told me never to ask again." "Why?" He refused to explain. Obinna frowned. "Then nobody knows the truth?" His mother slowly shook her head. "Perhaps someone knows, but if they do, they are not talking." That answer only made Obinna more curious. Later that night, when the moon rose into the sky, he stepped outside. The silver path was there, bright, beautiful, mysterious. It seemed almost alive. The glowing road stretched across the heavens like a bridge built by giants. Obinna stared at it for a long time. The more he looked at it, the more he felt as if it was calling him. Not with words, but with a feeling, a pull, a silent invitation. He quickly looked away. A strange chill ran through his body. For the first time, he understood why the villagers feared it. The path felt different from anything he had ever seen. It was beautiful, but there was something unsettling about it too. Something that made his heart beat faster. The next morning, Obinna took the sheep to graze as usual. While sitting beneath a large tree, he noticed an old man walking toward him. The man was known throughout the village as Nana. He was the oldest man in Umuaka. Some people claimed he was over 100 years old. Others believed he was even older. Nobody knew for sure. Nana rarely spoke to anyone. He spent most of his time alone. To Obinna's surprise, the old man sat beside him. "You were staring at the moon path last night," Nana said.
"You were staring at the moon last night."
"How did you know?"
What?
The old man
smiled.
smiled.
You know that?
"I noticed
I know many
things."
things.
Obinna hesitated. Then he asked the question he had wanted answered for
Do you know
years.
where the silver path
"Do you know
goes?"
where the silver path
The
goes?
silver path is not a
The
place,
old man became
but a
quiet,
journey you must
his
find
eyes
yourself.
fixed on the distant hills. For several moments he said nothing. Finally, he spoke. "Some roads are not meant for human feet."
Not meant for human
Obinna
feet.
frowned. "That does not answer my question." The old man chuckled softly. "No, it does not." "Then tell me the answer." Nana slowly stood. Before leaving, he looked directly into Obinna's eyes. "The path leads somewhere that can change a person's life forever." "What does that mean?" The old man turned away. "It means exactly what I said." Then he walked away, leaving Obinna with even more questions. That night, Obinna could hardly sleep. The old man's words echoed in his mind. The path leads somewhere that can change a person's life forever. Was that a warning or a clue? For days he thought about nothing else. Then something unexpected happened. 3 nights later, Obinna woke suddenly. A strange sound had disturbed his sleep. It sounded like a whisper, soft, faint, almost impossible to hear. At first he thought he was dreaming, but then he heard it again. He sat up. The whisper seemed to be coming from outside. Carefully he stepped out of the house. The village was silent. Everyone was asleep. The moon shone brightly overhead. Then he heard the whisper again. This time it was clearer. It seemed to be coming from the sky. Obinna looked up. His heart nearly stopped. The silver path had appeared. But it was not a full moon. That had never happened before. The glowing road stretched across the heavens, brighter than he had ever seen, and for a brief moment he thought he saw figures moving upon it, dark shapes walking along the shining road. He blinked. The figures vanished. Had he imagined them, or had they really been there? Fear and excitement battled inside him. He remained frozen, staring upward. Then, suddenly, the silver path disappeared. Just like that, gone. The sky returned to normal. Only the moon remained. Obinna stood there for several minutes. His heart was pounding. What had he just witnessed? The next morning, he told several villagers. None of them believed him. The path only appears during the full moon. You must have been dreaming. You probably imagined it. But Obinna knew what he had seen. The silver path had appeared, and something was walking upon it. That evening, he searched for Nana. He found the old man sitting beneath a giant iroko tree. As soon as Obinna mentioned what he had seen, the old man's face changed. For the first time, Nana looked afraid, real fear, the kind of fear that cannot be hidden. You saw figures on the path? Nana asked quietly. Yes. How many? I do not know. Maybe 3 or 4. Nana slowly stood. His hands trembled. That is not good. Obinna's heart skipped. What does it mean? The old man looked around carefully to make sure nobody was listening. Then he leaned closer. What I am about to tell you must remain secret. Obinna nodded. Nana lowered his voice. My grandfather once told me a story. A story about what? The moon path. Obinna's pulse quickened. At last, someone finally knows something. The old man continued. Long ago, there were travelers who came down from the sky. Obinna stared. From the sky? Yes, they used the silver path. Obinna felt it chill. Who were they? Nana swallowed. I do not know. Nobody knows. But according to the story, they guarded something. What did they guard? The old man shook his head. That part of the story was lost many years ago. Obinna felt frustrated. Every answer seemed to create more questions. Then Nana grabbed his arm. His grip was surprisingly strong. Listen carefully. Obinna nodded. If the silver path appears before the next full moon, the old man paused. His voice became little more than a whisper. Then something is coming. What? Nana looked toward the sky. Fear filled his eyes. I pray we never find out. Before Obinna could ask another question, the old man turned and walked away, leaving the boy standing beneath the tree, alone, confused, and more determined than ever to discover the truth behind the silver path. Little did Obinna know that before the next full moon arrived, the mystery he had chased for years would finally begin to chase him.